Hello and welcome. Right, I thought it was about time that I got to Attingham. Yeah, we've got that field to buy and quite a lot of work to do. But I would like to travel over to the other side, so I'm going to just cut out for 1 second. We're going to go over to the other side and we're going to grab some of those tractors back across this side. So I'm going to see you shortly. Change of plan. I do need to take this over to the other side anyway, so I thought if we take this across right now and yeah, what do we need to do? We need to do any weeding? We've got the weeders over here though, yes. We just have a quick look on the edge of the field. Yeah, I've got an external microphone. I'm just doing a bit of testing, just trying to fine tune it. So apologies if the volume level is a little bit, I'm just trying to find the perfect place. I've got the mic on a boom this morning, trying to get it at the optimal place so as I don't, yes, I do talk quietly, I realise that. I'm just making sure there's not too much background noise. The one thing I will apologise for in advance, which is something you cannot help with boom mics, is it'll pick up key clicks and things like that, and if I drop something it will, because it picks up the environment. There is nothing, well, it has supposedly got the ability to muck around with sound. What do they call it? What's the proper word? To block sound. It's got filters, and I tried them on little, on slightly, and I tried it on medium, and I tried it on full, and it made absolutely no difference. So it's a fibber. It says it's got filters, but it makes absolutely no difference. It's difficult, to be honest. I was an AV technician before, well, at the same time as an IT technician, before the job roles got split in most sort of places, and therefore I do know about sound quite a lot. I used to have set mics up as part of my job, so I do know, and also worked at the cinema, and was partially trained by the projection team to actually understand about microphones and sound levels. So I am quite fortunate in so much as I have been in the industry like that, so I understand quite a lot about it. So there's very little you can do with this kind of microphone. You can put a couple of filters on and things like that, but I've got to be honest, they don't do an awful lot. It picks up sound. Its position is the biggest thing, and also the quality of the mic. I'm quite pleased with the quality of the mic. It's not got any decibel boost or anything like my old headset mic, but I always found, that's right, I remember. Let's drop this down. This may have the horsepower to actually drag this out. It's not the biggest. I should have bought the other one. Yes, I did say that this is seconds later than it happened. A couple of minutes at the most, in from game terms, of course. Whoa, let's see, can we do this? We should be able to. We should just about have the horses to do this. It is truly, in my opinion, just the horses. Say the little Massey just didn't quite. This is only just there, I should say. Angle as well isn't helping. It is quite severe, actually. I always did think that, but this is not a big one. This is one of the smallest. Are we dragging on the? Okay, let's try this head on then. Perhaps it might not be. Okay, this is getting personal now. Yeah. One last go, and then we're going to go grab something a little bit bigger. Right, okay. I shall see you short. Right, I've just hooked up this. This is our very slightly biggest tractor, slightly bigger than the Massey. Let's see if it is horsepowers. It is indeed. That's all it was. Just a little bit more oomph. Right, we're going to drop this off here. We're going to leave the Puma. We're going to run this across with the Arai and the Hardy. And we've got that other big trailer to bring. We've got some. Oh no, the big planter. If that's true. So I've got that to bring across. So I'm going to run this across, and then we're going to grab the planter. And yeah, as we're driving across, let's talk business. Yes, definitely. Right. So we've got a lot of work to do today. We have got 929. Did we? We've not bought the field yet, have we? That's why we've still got so much money. Shall we buy the field? That's. Finally, victory lap. Drum roll, please. Absolutely, we would, even though it's going to seriously batter our money. 420 grand. This is what I was going to discuss, though. This is the kind of field where I know I've been converted. I do think there is a place for Bredls, even though I have long fought tooth and nail to say that they're not yeah, that was due to, I think I've always played on, I think I've said this, I prefer small to medium. I'm not massive. I have been converted. I have definitely met my match in Rhombos and Western Wilds as well. Both massive, and we did have a lot of fields on the Western Wilds. Rhombos likewise is the master of large fields, in my opinion. I have never, and I have played on some large maps on FS19. I mean, Calmston has some huge fields, truly. So I'm not a stranger to large fields, but boy, oh boy, yeah, it's my natural habitat would be small to medium. If I'm, I know myself well enough to know this. But yeah, that is a monster field, and that is what taught me that there's a place for Breddles, definitely. So right, for now, no, let's not just plonk things down. Let's put them in a proper. In fact, actually, let's stick this next to here. Oh, is that? Stick it under cover. Now, will it fit under the little one? I'm not so sure. It sort of goes down. It's the only bad thing about this, is it really does go down, and then it would start to bleed through the roof. Right. Okay. Well, it'll do that. It's not going to bleed through the roof, and it's fine. Right. So then, let's grab that plant and let's stick that back across the other side. Let's get a bit of tide in this one. I've shifted the belt system. I'm hoping I don't crack the quantum again like I did last year and embed it into the I've just left the little one. That's all I've not done off camera. So we have bought our field, definitely Breddles, but I don't think one is going to be enough. So I think what we're going to do is, we don't need the Massey. We've got 3 tractors over the other side now, so we're going to leave the case. Now that we are going to need that, actually, let's stick that, let's drop that, go backwards slightly, and slightly, not to bash the hedge, drop that down, and we'll grab this with the class. Remind me, is it an Orion? No, it's the Axiom, of course it is, the bigger. Yeah, I like both, if I'm honest. I like the shape of these classes. Could never quite fully get used to the big classes, the really big ones. Let me show you. Yeah, let's give you a better point of reference than that. Is it in large? I think it is in large. The one thing I do like about it, I do like the big tractors with the... I know it is a big tractor as well. Yeah, but no, it isn't actually. Ours is the one before that, isn't it? Ours is a medium. I like that. And the big one where it goes to a strange shape. That one there, the Xerion, is a little bit strange. But the one thing I did like it, because it is a large tractor, is I do love the fact it's got a front 3-point link. I really do love that about that. So for that, I like it. What is the max engine you can go to? It is a 500 and odd one, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So yeah, it's just a weird shape. I like this shape, prefer that. That's all I'm going to say. But I do like the fact that it's got a front 3-point link. I hate it when big tractors lose that ability to have the front 3-point link. I know they're only used usually for things like massive cultivators and ploughs, but I just love that. It's the one thing I don't like about my very favourite, especially in FS22. FS19, you could still stick the Pepe 978 front lifter on it and then make it to have a 3-point at the front. I love that, but now you can't do that now. It's such a shame, because yeah, I mean, you could pay someone, if you could afford that kind of tractor, you could pay an engineer to put a front 3-point link on that. Concentrate on where you're going. Aim for that. Yes, I thought it was about time to do. I've been doing my whole Belleron, not because yeah, I think we all get this, or I certainly do. Sometimes you do quite a few sessions. Stone Valley was the same. I loved that, and I still do. I'm not trying to say I don't love it, but sometimes you get to writer's block. I know Brad Daggerwin's had times where he says, "Oh, I can't do this series for a bit." I know what he means. It is that. So what I'll do is I'll go and tinker on something small like Het or Belleron, where we don't own any land, and I'll go and do a little bit of work like that until I'm good enough. This I knew was going to be a monster session, and I wanted to be on my A game. Not sure I am, but yeah, that's the plan. What we're going to do is we're going to set the little Massey, which has got narrows. We don't need this. We don't need the. Now then, where are we going to store this? Because this is a monster. We haven't got much room down this end, but have we got enough room for the shed? Let's have a quick look. Because this is just as important as everything else. I'm not sure we do, and if we do, it needs to be quite, like, does it need to be tall? Could it? I want protection. I want this to be realistic. I do want us to have, and we have for once got a little bit of money. So let's see if we can stick something in that bit there that's got quite a tall roof. I never want to spend an absolute fortune. I think it's ridiculous spending. That's nice. That's going to be massive. It's got quite. I think this has got quite a lot in it. Now these are true. Oh, yeah, I'm not a massive fan of those style. It's too big. Yeah, and this is what I'm. Let's give this a bit of perspective. Yeah, well, if it collides with me, it's too big anyway. Right, okay. Oh, some Attingham's. I missed this. I need a bit more. It's a shame. That would actually be good. I'm not sticking in the other thing is there is this area here. It's just ours, but again, it's not big enough. It really isn't. There is those trees we could shift. That is on. I think it is on our land. Let's just try for taller. Oh, I didn't mean to do. Let's try that again. Second time. No. Do we have a look at you? It's taller. It's more about length, though. We could actually, I suppose, do with a long one for once. Ah, can't see what you're overlapping with. Is there a tree? I cannot for the life of me see what it's colliding with there. Is it too close to the... it could be the apron of that. That's the trouble. You always forget about that. It's sometimes... Do we sell the other one? We could do. Yes, okay, we will do. Right, that means we're going to have to shift that out of the way. Right, let's try that again. And we are too close to it. So we might be able to get that in the middle. That's just about doable, I would say. One thing I am going to do, though, is I'm going to look behind this, because we did I didn't realise until a couple of sessions ago that we'd done some damage to the road. Yeah, ooh, that's not going to work, is it? How are we going to swing into that? Let's sell it quickly. Well, we've got that mod on that literally lets you get everything back. That's a little bit too big. It's a shame, that. Right, okay. Rethink this. We could do it long ways. Right, we need to go down on the ground level. Shift this planter. Yeah, I do love doing these type of things just as much as... Let's drop that off. I tell you what we should do, though. Let's get the little Massey first. I'm going to pan back. I'm going to go and set the course for the Massey to start doing the field scanning, because that's a big job and we really could do with that. I don't want to be liming, and I did half say, and then I got sidetracked by this. Yeah, we are going to definitely get a team of Breddles. I'm trying to think. 421, it seems like you're doing really well, and it is good, but it's not so good that you can sort of think, I've done it, I'm there. There's going to be things that I don't think of, that I need, that I'm going to forget about. Where did I drop the... Oh, there, right there. In fact, let's stick on the back. Yeah, so I'm going to do this off camera, but you know I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm going to literally set this off now. So I'm going to stop recording for 2 minutes. I am going to set the course, and this is going to be trundling along in the background. Also, which I'm going to do now, I am going to ring the shop right now, and we are going to order those 2 Breddles. I'm going to put narrows on. I want this to be as realistic as possible. I am thinking of... I've said this on my Orbelleron. I want to shake it up a bit. We all get into habits as content creators where you like, oh, I like doing this and this is really good. Thing is, you've got to try to sort of look at this from the viewer's perspective, your perspective, in so much as Yeah, it wants shaking up. What you don't want? I'm going to go for the smaller of the two. There's very little in it when you put the extensions in. I know that, but it's just the cost seems to me to be exorbitant in comparison. If I go for the master extension to take it up to that, it's 80 grand, and that's nearly 19 tons. If I go for the little one, it's no wider. That's the only thing that interests me with a Bredel, and that's what's always put me off, is the fact. Yeah, the biggest 14. It's 5,000 for nearly double the cost, and you know, I just don't think it's worth it. So we're going to go for two of those. We are going to go narrows, and we are going to go full discs. Yeah, so it's 18 meters, which is still small, but yeah, let's do this. Let's buy two of those. Oh, okay. Where did I stick the shot? Right, that'll teach me. Store deliveries. I bet you that's any money that's on the other side. Right, anyway, I'm going to start recording now. We've bought that, so you know what we're doing. We're going to get those filled up, and yeah, on this Let's Play we've got multi-fruit buying. I'm going to stick to multi-fruit buying. On Horbelleron I have literally gone to the shop, bought things. Modded, I might add, but yeah, nevertheless I have done that. So I'm not going to do it on this one. I'm not going to shake things up on every single Let's Play. Well, that's just the same as well. Also, on a Let's Play, we did have Marty requested that we do like a new farmer start, where we've got a farmyard and all the rest of it. Now I've looked at St. Cally. Now Rhombos is in its, I would say, final year, if I'm honest, of. I think St. Cally is probably where we're going. I'm going to really shake it up. We're going to go for what the farmers actually got. Oh, I'm going to go for the equipment that as is, and which is something that I don't normally do. I normally think, oh, I don't like that Bredel. I don't like that 3 meter plough. All the rest of it. We're going to use the stuff that we've got and all of the equipment as is. That is the challenge to me, to stick with that equipment for a little bit. With the exception of a 3 meter plough, 3 meter cultivator. Or are we going to even do that? Yeah, go on. If we're going to go for a challenge, let's go the whole hog. I always say this, don't go half measures. So yeah, we'll do that. Anyway, I'm going to start recording. I'm going to set this course, set the massey going. I'm going to put all that. Actually, no. Yeah, I know I show courseplay quite a lot, and this is one of the more advanced features of courseplay. So no, I don't want to draw custom field at all. Why have you given me draw? Oh, because I'm not in a tractor, Wally. Standing next to it. Basics, Mr. Smith. Be in the tractor. Now, you used to have to do this always. You used to have your nose in the fields. You don't have to do that anymore. That's one thing courseplay has changed with. But what you do is, when you're in the tractor, create the job and choose your field. And target position. Why would you stick it out all the way? Oh no, that was actually right. I open the generator. Now I've not shown this very much. The work width, it knows what that is. The number of headlands, I would imagine we're open. Now let's go for 2. I think it will handle 2, if I'm honest. And you will notice island bypass mode. Now this is important for this because it has got trees in the middle. Now I like it on simple. I've very rarely had simple let me down. Circle, I've had let me down an awful lot with a lot of things, so I always switch to that simple. Only it's a tip. It doesn't always work, but it has worked for me 90% of the time where circle doesn't work, and I don't know why, because circle's supposed to be better, but anyhow, in my experience, it hasn't been. Let's have a look. Is 2 okay? Okay. Let's try 1 then. Oh, please don't tell me, of course, I can't do this. Oh, okay. Okay, let's try without headlands then. Oh, please don't tell me I picked a weird field, or is it this? Let's remove that. No bypass, and see if it will generate without it. In case it is that, we may also be lucky. No, so it's nothing to do with that. There's a break in that line. You can see it through the back. I might need to create a custom course, although it's got the full white line, which means it can see that it's a complete field. The only time I've ever known this is if there's not enough of a headland. We have the same problem on Western Wired, so let's take headlands off and see if that. Let's put bypass back on and see now. I'm glad it's done this actually, because it is. So actually it's the headland. And you can see the headland's gone too far. There's not enough before it hits enough of a turnaround space. Wow. Wow, look at the blue lines past that. Wow, that is bad. Look at that. That's shocking. Something wrong with the field. Why is that going outside of the boundaries? That's going to literally push me through that in the river. Now this is a good case in question. We could actually take this to a bit of a tutorial then. Let's save this course. I haven't created a field 15 folder yet, have I? So we're going to create a new folder, 15. And let's save that course. And we will call that as the field scanner, like I always do. Right, smashing. Okay, so then what we do now is we go into edit mode. So let's pull that back up. And we go to field scanner and we go to... It is that. I've only done this once actually. I did a tutorial. Change mode, it isn't, isn't it? No, it isn't. Right, 1 second. I'm going to stop recording for 1 minute. I'm just going to quickly do this because it's bad when this happens, and then I shall come back in a minute once I remember how to do this. See you shortly. Now, I think it's probably because now obviously we realise that this is not the normal tool that you use. I'm not sure this is going to work because that's going to try and take me through those hedges and into that forest and over the river. So I'm not sure this is going to work at all. We may have to do this manually, which is typical. So do you know what? I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to time lapse it. I'm going to do it on camera. Let's get cracking. Let's sort this out. Being as we've been given a curveball, let's roll with it a little bit. Right. So I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, last one done. 80 samples. Now that is going to take a while for that to process and get back to us, so we're not going to know about this for a while. So let's get that sent off. Yeah. How do you guys and gals do your sampling? Is you've got a pattern? I mean, I usually always go. Usually, always. Terrible saying that is. I usually go around the edge of almost all fields and use it. Leave up. Let's have a look on the data so I can show you what I mean. Yeah, always leave those little tiny marks around the edge, because it does it, because you never go on the edge. Even if you're fertilizing and scanning, it's going to pick up the data where you're running your run, so it's always going to throw that out in that thing. I don't know whether it affects anything. It probably does. Always get little tiny bits. That's not too bad. I'm quite happy with that. But that was one of the worst fields I've ever done for wasteful scanning, where you've got to scan over a certain. Let's fold that up. Yeah, if by all means, please leave me a comment. See if you've got a, because it is one of those things where it's all preference. I was thinking when I was halfway through doing that, it's one of the few times in life that you actually, it's like colouring as a child. I quite enjoy it. In fact, that's why I changed my view. I was doing it the big view, doing it by physical eyes, looking on that, and I thought, you're looking at the mini-map anyway, why don't you just at least zoom down, let people see the nice tractor and the detail, and sort of view the map from the side, and then just let the mini-map do its work. And it is true, I've always said that the mini-map with precision farming is the key, which is why I leave it on. Although no, we're going to be liming and fertilising in a few minutes. Right, let's just stick this back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see off camera where on earth I drop. There's either sneaky feed and it's going to be over the other side of the farm, probably, oh, I don't know where it is. It's going to be in the field, the production field. I think we had to reset something, or did I get something dropped off, or I don't know, actually I haven't got a clue. But let's fill this up. I noticed it needed a bit of fuel when I was doing that. Let's get this sorted. Yes, I'm going to drop off camera for a couple of minutes. I'm going to go and grab the limers, and we're going to bring them across here, and hopefully, I'm hoping that course is not going to be terrible for everything, because I am going to regret buying that field then. But yeah, it is what it is. It's farming. You know, everything isn't perfect, is it, all the time? So right, now we were going to do that, so let's have a little bit of fun for 10 minutes or 5 minutes. Let's just get these sheds placed. Let's get this lot shifted out. Stick the scout there. Now I've loaded the mod. I had a bit of a mod tidy up yesterday. I got rid of things that were like doubles, duplicates, like do the same thing and similar price, or things I haven't used in practically forever. You know, where you thought it was a good idea. I've already got 2 trailers I always go to. I mean, I've tried to leave some so that I've not got this only a choice of 6 trailers and I always have the same one, because again, that's like we were talking about earlier. Oh wow, that is a bit, yeah. So I'm receiving a phone call from a friend. I shall ring her back in a minute. Right, oh, block the scout. Yeah, what I was saying, I've got the scouts now with that modded version of the scout with colour, basically, so you can change the colour of the scout, and also the Foncasseur, which I've used as, it's like probably for a farm when you're struggling or start from scratch. It is one of those stone pickers that you can afford quite early on. It's 2,700, so it is definitely not something I wanted to remove, but I've loaded the lizard version because you can colour it. So it is the Foncasseur still, but it's not called the Foncasseur anymore because it's the lizard version with the colour, so I've loaded that as well. Right, let's get this back. Oh no, let's move that out of the way as well. Although no, that's safe there because it's still going to have the edge of that. These always clash anyway. They've always got an apron around them that you can't see when you place anyway. Right, let's move out of the way. Always do that when I'm in the hedge. Right, okay, let's pull that up and let's finish this. But I do think I'm right. I may have to approach this from a different angle. It's not opened on the shed that we had. Let's have a bit of a better look as well. There is another shed that I placed. This is an old favourite from FS19. I'm not sure if it's the same one though in FS22. I mean, I love my absolute favourite, if you've ever watched any of my Let's Plays, is definitely the one by Black Sheep Modding, which is soon. I've got too many sheds. Now that's the one I was talking about. This one here. That's too small. Wow, it's not as big. Now there's that one, but that's It's tall enough. I don't think it's much of an improvement over what we've already got. It's not long. We want something long. What we had, I think, was the best. I've had that. That's quite long. But I don't like the metal posts. I hate metal posts, especially for vehicles like we're talking about. What's the American carport? Oh, that really is. Yeah, it's like that little tiny one, and it's expensive for what it is. I mean, it's not much bigger than that, and very similar height. Right, okay, it looks like the choice is what we had earlier. Yeah, that one there is my absolute favourite, but it's not really one that's designed for... I suppose you could use it like that, but look at the space it would take up. It's for in the middle of something. It's that perfect for in the middle of a yard where you've got driving space to come out. I've got these Rhombos. They are my absolute favourites for that. Grimmy Pass, that's not what we want. We could have one with a I suppose we could do it like that, thinking about it. If it's going to... No, it's typical. It's yeah, the skirt's too big. That's a shame, because if we could have done that, it could have gone right back to that as much as you could, and you could have actually quite nicely got into that. But again, it is what it is. Let's have a look. We can get that in. And it's got some nice doors. Yeah, I was thinking of... Let's see why is it overlapped? Wow, that is a really bad skirt on the actual sheet place from Attingham itself. I can only see one way we can do this, and that is because this is the good end. Yeah, it's at that point there. We've got to angle that slightly, and then it's going to go to the road. I think the only way we're going to do this is by removing the original shed. Yeah, that's as good as it gets. That's against that fence. So can I go back any further? No. So it's there. That is as good as it's going to get. Looking at that right hand side bottom nearest the massey, looks like there's going to be a bit of a... That's 2,000's worth of levelling. That's going to be a bit nasty. Let's go down and see the damage. It's not too bad here, actually. I would imagine it's probably going to be the path, as the usual. Right, let's twiddle around. It does seem to matter on these, the angle that you go at, as to what it can actually do. It's not too bad. Let's look at the roadside outside. That's the thing that seems to get hammered with these type of things. Oh, not too bad. This bit down here, with the old one, yeah, we're going to have to shift that, unfortunately. And move, well, I suppose, right. Yes. Oh, such a shame. But I suppose, let's have a look. It is nice, and it is going to have long things in it. So we can stick almost all of that in there and see if we can get another little one, perhaps closer to here. We'll do that another session. I don't want to do all things like that, but yeah, it's not bad. I'm quite pleased with that. Not done too much damage to the road or things like that. Nothing down here. But there is a bit of landscaping needs doing. Let's do that now. Whilst we're in the mood for altering the yard. Can we stick anything in that corner? I'm not sure. Every farm's got bits and bobs where things don't quite work out to plan. But that, obviously, in real life, I know you would. I mean, I know, coming from a farming background, my family had sheds, and there's no way you would waste that kind of space. You would have pulled that shed so that all these corners were pretty much matching, and you'd run it along the side of that would be the way that you do it. So, yeah, there's no way you'd waste that much. It's a bit of... Is that ever going to matter? Am I ever going to drive down there? There are bumpy bits in farmyards as well. It's true, you don't rip everything. But where it counts here is reasonably level. So I think we'll revisit putting another shed, probably a little closer to the gate, because that gate always is left open now. It is just an entry point into this, because we've got our animals behind another fence. So, yeah, how are we doing? Food, water, all good? Full. Sheep. Right, so then I am going to go grab the limers, and we're going to fill those. Now, have I got... I'm trying to think. Let's have a look on the map. trying to think central points now. This has now become an important factor of our thing. Now our field point is, let me just show you, is about there. In fact, let's show this on now, and then you'll see it. Is there. Now the silo's in a perfect spot. It really is. And now I'm trying to move away from the Omatanas. Well, actually, I say that I'm trying to move away from this Omatana. Omatana's done another set that I love just as much, but it has got a grate, so I'm trying to move away to that type of thing. But yeah, that silo, if there's any room, it wouldn't be a bad idea to stick that there. Then it's a central point between all of the fields, really. So that's what I'm thinking. Although it isn't that far away, if I'm really honest. The thing that gets me there, it isn't just about location. It's you hit the hedges. It's a bit of an impractical place where that is. So if we can stick that, but yeah, while we're improving things, let's do it. This is the trouble. This is just as important as any other job on a farm. Obviously, and even yeah, this is my biggest worry. I keep saying this. I am a terror for wanting to show you the world in a session. To be honest, I'm quite sure you're not really expecting that. And also the little things in life are just as important as the big things. It's not all about buying fields. Oh, that is still a bit horrible. I'll try and fix that again another sort of time. But yeah, let's see if we can put something similar. And as I say, it is fairly central. It's not far off where we need it to be. But yeah, let's see if we can stick it near the edge of our poplar field, maybe near. And I don't hate having the multi-fruit next to a silo though, because I've had problems with that before when you go over the nozzle, and I've bought silage actually and didn't see. I was tired and you're not concentrating properly, and yeah. Now then, can we do it? Would it go on the corner of there? That common land. Is that realistic? Well, it has to be a little bit of. We could stick it there though, next to the edge of the poplar field. Whoa, yeah, you just crash into the silo, why don't you? Right, let's move out the way a little. Preferably to a place where we're not going to place. We'll have a look to see if we can place it. As I said, multi-fruit's going forwards, maybe not, but for now, this Let's Play, definitely, we're not mucking around with things now. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, now bearing in mind that is a common road, but the edge of that field is ours. That is true. Do I mind about wasting a tiny little bit of that barley to put that in a position? If it's for our benefit, I am not... Yeah, I'm not really that bothered. I think I'd sooner lose a little tiny bit off there and... Yeah, sometimes there's a cost to improvement, isn't there? Let's place it and then see what we need to do. Here's containers. Have I gone past it with my chattering? Yeah, we always need to be facing the outside. Now remember, lorries come past here as well. So let's go right on the field edge. It's going to take a tiny touch of that away. And it's nowhere near the silo. That I like. Let's come around this way. I'd sooner get the nozzle. That I always find this. In many Let's Plays I've placed a nozzle not quite right. That's not bad. That's right on the edge. It's not on the road. It is on our property. Well, the concrete in front isn't, but yeah. Let's have a look. Let's go down there. Let's have a look how that looks perfectly flat. That's one of the best placements I've seen of the multi-fruit ever. Although I always find... Oh, wow. We didn't even take the... We may have to adjust the edge of that. I've seen this before. Which... Stone Valley, we had the... it was this exact silo running right next to the field, and it kept hitting the bottom of the silo on everything, and I had to eventually draw a bit of grass around and change the thing. So do you know what? Let's learn from experience. Let's do that now, even if it means we lose a tiny tad of field. I'd sooner do that than actually make, because we've not made any courses. That's what I'm thinking. Whereas as soon as we start to make courses, let's be a bit generous. I know it's a bit horrible. I don't like losing a bit of field, but let's do it properly as well. Let's put some proper grass on. If you're going to do it, let's do it properly. Oh, and it won't quite let me go underneath. Let's go down and have a look. Yeah, I know the grasses don't match. It's a shame that is, because you did used to be able to do proper grass in FS19. Now you've only got this form of grass on all maps to put down, which then really does stick out like a sore thumb, but it's a different kind of grass. So that's a shame. I do like that, but only if everything else was like that. It looks, sort of sticks out like a sore thumb. But anyway, we've done that. All right, I'm going to pan out. We're going to do exactly what I said. We're going to go grab the... Ooh. Yeah, let's... We don't need to. We are we going to shift the... Yeah, because I say it's the hedge. It's nothing else to do with anything else other than that. Yes. And yes. And let's be a tidy, because I know, I'm quite sure you're all... I mean, I know other farmers do it as well, virtual farmers. Don't ever fix the damage that they do when they move things, but let's do this properly. Let's make it... It's not like we don't have the money for once. If I was starting from scratch at the beginning, where this would be... no way would I be placing this expensive grass. The other thing is you can do that. You can scatter it a bit where you're just doing it like that. And it looks awful from that, but when you go down and actually look at it, just run. I'll show you what I mean. I don't think it looks too bad. Yeah, from a distance it just looks like sparsely done grass. And of course it sticks out like a sore thumb because of the... And now that's a point. We can actually level that now. Because while the multifruit was there, we couldn't level it. But now we can. Let's soften that. It's not doing a lot, really. It's only gone down 2 or 3 euros. €1. Yes, whole Belleron I was on last, so let's change that setting. Pounds, smashing. Right, so there we go. That's as good as I can get it. It's really not wanting to take that down, which is a bit strange. I suppose the level's a little bit higher here. So we're coming up to planting time. Yeah, we've got this field of... Now that... Oh, no, I haven't. I've got crop rotation on any new map that I'm going on. I'm just... Yeah, or actually I've got it on a Belleron. I'm going to test it on that first before doing anything else. Now, do we need this? Right. I'm going to stop recording for a minute. We're going to go and grab those, and we're going to get the fields limed. So I'm going to see you shortly. They were, in fact, there. Yes, I think I had to reset something, didn't I, for the... I think it was one of the belt systems, and we didn't want it to go very far. So just thinking, I'm not sure if this does, but I think it should have narrows, because we're going to need it, because we've obviously got... That volley is definitely a goodly way through. Now we've done that, so we upgraded that. Can we have narrows? Ooh, please give me a narrow option. Oh, if that is the case, then that's going to mean we're going to need to do something like... I don't believe that. It's only a 200 horsepower tractor. Oh. I'm surprised by that, really surprised. Okay, well in that case that's a bit of a deal breaker. Okay, well, this then is going to have to stay over this side, which is going to be quite limiting. We're going to have the K7250 over the other side. And there are a few jobs I'm not sure a 203 horsepower can quite cut it with, although, I don't know, we struggled with that. That's 143 horsepower, so do you know something? It's not the end of the world. Right, let's not forget what we actually came for. Let's grab one of these and we'll grab the case quickly. Yeah, I do like I'm actually preferring, I know there's a bit of clashing with the cameras when it goes inside trailers, but if you can put up with it, I think the views, the camera angles are better like this. It's zoom level, that camera auto zoom mod is fantastic, but in another way it's not, because it does... It's a matter of balance, isn't it? Some things do one thing and take away something else, and that was very much like that. It did zoom, but it zoomed out, in my opinion, a little bit too high. Right, let's change the tyres on this then. Again, this is another reason why I say this is such a good, underrated tractor, because it is such a versatile tractor. It can have narrows, it can have bigs, it can have wheel weights, it can have just about everything that you need it to be, and it can go right up to 261 horsepower. It is very much underestimated, and by myself as well. PCA, I've already done that. Oh, it's got narrows on. Oh wow, they're the nice narrows then, because it actually don't look narrow. They do not look narrow. Fantastic. Right, is there anything we need to take over to that side that we've got over here? Never going to need the bale if it pushes. Not that I think. No, it's all arable over that side, isn't it? I think we're taking everything back across. Oh, you're doing it again. I think you're forgetting something. Now then, have we got one of the pass-throughs sitting on the side? Let's take one of those across. It is a weight. Draw 7 door. I can't remember. Did I buy the fertiliser spreader for the other side? I know I spoke about it, because with this being a split-sided farm, yeah, I'm quite. This is my preference on the Breddles. If I'm going to go for the Breddles, I do like this slightly smaller one. Right, I am not going to drag you across the fields with me. I think we've discussed almost everything we need to discuss, or have we? Yeah, we are going to be focusing on the. No, that didn't pop. It's weird how sometimes it pops straight away, and then other times you have to almost. Yeah, that's what I was on about. That going into there, the zoom level's a little bit bad for that. I will pan out straight away, but the view that you get of the tractors, let me put it to you guys and gals, you let me know what you think, whether you feel it's better to be able to view the tractors and the vehicles at a nicer angle, a nicer view, or whether you prefer it, because it was like that as the natural zoom level, which is quite high. Everything always, and I was forever zooming in like that. And sometimes if you're busy you forget to, and then you look in editing, I look in editing and think, you like an eagle's eye view of it. So yeah. Oh, what have I lost? Oh my life. Seriously? You popped? Do you know, I was saying this about Follow Me. Mind you, it did behave itself a couple of sessions ago. I don't know what this one's about. It really did not want to pop. Yes, I wish the camera collision thing would be sorted so there wasn't that where it goes into trailers all the time. I think there may be a mod by DD Mod Passion that's there's the only one other thing for those. I am not forgetting the Thornton revamps. Since the 181 update, there's a couple of mods that aren't working properly, and unfortunately that is one of the affected mods, is the manual attach by Wobster. I don't know if anyone knows about it yet. I'm quite sure somebody will draw it to their attention, but that's not working. So it's not that I'm not what I went on Thornton. I was going to do the grass, grab the grass out, and I could not manual attach, and I thought, to begin with I thought it was me, and I thought, no, remember, I went on Thornton once and did it without when all the mods have gone. I thought, I've still got to do a Thornton session. I'm not, it's not that I don't want to do it, is my point. Don't feel that I really want to get on there, but I'm trying to give it a little bit of time, because there's a lot of mods that have been brought up to scratch now with the 181 update. So yeah, I'm hoping that soon we can go back on there. Sure, let's see if you can cope with it. Sure, you had difficulty before. No, sounds about. That's longer, of course. Right, I said I was going to. Yeah, I'm not going to do this, didn't I? But we're here now. I am going to stop though the cameras. I'm going to make the course and do that off camera. Or do we? No, I will. I'll do it off camera, but there may be difficulties. If there are, then we'll just have to use manual workers. I'll have to do a headland. I could use Follow Me for that, where you use Follow Me and tell it to go to the right slightly. And yeah, we could do that. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to stop waffling. Next you will see is us liming this field, hopefully. So yes, I am going to see you shortly. I thought I'd just quickly show you this. Yeah, it's looking like I think we're going to have to try. The easiest way for me to do this might be to reduce the headland, and actually I think it's, if it looks to me, if I just take that down and show you that where it borders the forest seems awfully close to the ground there. I think we're going to need to do a custom field. I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to do it off camera once and see if it is that. If not, I mean, it's clearly, when it goes white like that and courseplay around the field, it means it's clear. If there was any tag over to another field, it would also draw a white line around that field, so it knows that's the field. I personally think it's got to be something that the headland's a little bit too close, and if I have to lose a tiny bit of field to make this work, I will do. So I'm just going to try to do a custom field, and then we're going to try this again. Otherwise it'll be workers, it really will, because it is a good field, apart from the fact that it's not a good field. Right, see you shortly. Right, I went on a hunch, and it has proved spot on. All around the edge, let me just try and grab the mouse pointer. Down this side, along the edge of that field, there is almost no headland, and I thought its courseplay doesn't, it's the headland. When there's a missing headland, I've had a lot of trouble over the years with that. That's what it doesn't like. So I've lost about 6 foot of field, at least 6 foot, to give the headland big enough, and it likes it. So it is exactly that. For anyone else who uses courseplay, this bottom hedge is way too close to the field, so we've lost a bit of field. We'll probably put some grass in at some point. Well, I won't charge myself. That is because this is more of a feature of the game that's going wrong, just to make it aesthetically that it's not too bad. Right, so let's save that. Did I do multiple tools? Okay, let's just save it and see if I did. Right, so that is 18 meters. I think twice. We should check. Oh. And if it says left and right, then I am right. Yes, smashing. Right, so then let's set this going. Oh, and we don't want any. No, that's smashing. Let's get the other one going, and yeah, I am going to. We're going to time lapse this. I'm going to focus on this because this is the big field. This is the lap of honour. I think it deserves a session, to be honest. We've done the field scanning, which was the biggest thing. We'll set this going. Apologise for lack of realism for going through that, other than turning around the other way always. That's the only. Right, let's load the course while that's doing. Right, 18 metre 2. Load, activate, and you're right. And let's shut your thing and set you going. I would imagine. Oh, on auto, this one is. Let's have a look on the precision farming and see how the pH is looking, where he started. It's not updated yet. And yeah, he is doing it. Mind you, it is a bit slow on that. Right, let's go and have a look. Right, we're going to run over and see if he's on auto as well. And then we're going to go grab the off camera. I'm going to go grab the fertiliser spreader, and or I might buy one from the shops. I might actually scan in at that. Are you on auto? No, you're not. Let's see if I can remember auto. Yay! Let's do you first again. Well, isn't that amazing? We bought 2 identical Breddles, and one is set on auto and one isn't. How random is that? Right, anyway, let's have a look. Let's have a look at our equipment in our equipment list and see if we have got 2 fertiliser spreaders. Well, actually, we'll have, yeah, they are fertiliser spreaders. Oh, we have. We did buy it. Where are you? Aha, it is over this side. Fantastic. Right, let's... Oh, why are you struggling? Oh, because you're a little massy. Even though there's no horsepower requirement. Right, let's go get the AC2. Did I say that right? Is it the AC? I'm second guessing myself now. Yeah, it is the AC2. I just thought that sounded wrong. I do like that new shed. Very pleased with that. Now then, have we got third tractor over here, or did we leave it over the side? No, we did leave it over the side. Right, I'm going to cut back in a few minutes when I've got that, and we shall pan back in once we've got the fertiliser. See you shortly. Well, would you believe it? The Axion has got the ability to have narrow tyres, so we're going to stick that on. I was just, debating, and I have also put in a proper repair place over here. Yeah, and I know we've got a lugger over here, the toolboxes. I'm trying to move away from these like tools in the middle of nowhere and move more to proper buildings. It is more, I can see why people do that. It's more gamey than it is realism. Would you leave a toolbox out? I know it's only to depict, but again, it's that even that little building that we've got over the other side, I think it's better than that. But I'm not going to remove it now. What a shallow. That's not a bad idea. I think you get full value if you do it straight away. Yeah, let's stick to our guns and do what we think is right. So it's a little bit dearer. It should be fairly flat now. That's the one good thing, because we've done that. Now we're going to block our way. Why not do it sideways? We've still got gain entry past that for any vehicles. Oh wow, that really doesn't care about being that close. That's quite amazing. Right, smash it. So there we go, a permanent thing. Right, where are you going? You need those. Yeah, just wanted to get this. This will be the session. The big field is the session, definitely. But yeah, I'm just trying to make improvements to, things, to make things as realistic as possible. So I am aiming for that. No. We're going to need to run those to the silo, which is not here, and then run back and refill with some fertiliser. Oh, no, we're not. We have another one. Was it our fertiliser? Yeah, I put the big cedar planter down there for now. It was, there's too much in the yard for me to do a run around. Not enough turn space for such a big thing. Only just came through the gate. It was a bit of a nightmare, really. It is very big for English maps with hedges and things. We can do it. It is live. Can we force dump it? No, we've got a telehandler over here. We've got a bucket. Right, smash it. Let's grab that on. I don't think this really. What do you think? It's funny. It's a big tractor, but it's not. Well, it's a large medium. Right. Okay, that's the first. So the other one's not going to be far off then. Right. Let's get this filled. Right. I'm going to pan out for a minute. Going to fill this and refill the 2 limers, and then we're going to actually concentrate, I think, on fertilising and liming that field. Yeah, going to a bit of a time lapse, I reckon. Yeah, definitely. That definitely needs sorted. Yeah, I might do a little bit of that off camera, so my money may have gone down a little bit. Net magic doesn't cost much really to smooth, does it? It's not a. Where's the other one? Right, I'm going to stop recording for a bit. I am going to do exactly what I said. We're going to fill everything and then crack on. See you shortly. Typical. I did the course, filled the first one up, and the fertiliser spreader came and cleared the thing, so I didn't know where I was starting from because it clears the line. So yeah, I've got them. Again, no problem setting up the course with the 42 metre one now that we've done that headland thing. Say we're going to lose a bit of crop, but yeah, I'm just going to plant some grass. Let's just paint some grass free of charge just to compensate for the fact of the headlands. Right, this is lime. Yeah, we're getting through the money nicely. I knew we would, that's what I said. We might have had nearly £1 million, but half of that spent on this and then a bit of equipment that you need, and all of a sudden you're right back to where you were before. Zilch. Running a farm is expensive. It is, we're all getting there though. And, yeah, it does come a time when you don't need any more equipment. Right, I should be looking at this pH really, that would have taught me. It's this bit here, just on the right. Just around the corner. Yeah, here. This is its run. Right, so I am going to say my words. We're going to go into a time lapse. We're going to obviously top these up where I need to, and all of that type of stuff. So, yeah, I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, I think that is us pretty much done. I think the other one should probably be finished, and I probably missed the message. Yes, I'll have a quick look on the thing. I'm going to keep this as one session. It is a monster, but there's a lot of time lapse. But it is, even if it had gone over and it was going to be massive, it makes sense to keep this as is, because it's all about one thing. So yeah, I think that's probably the last run for the fertiliser, looking at where they are. So all that remains is, I'm going to get this off the edge of the field, but I'm going to leave it there, and that is another, this has been a massive Attingham session. I can't get over how much money we've spent on, this is the cost. People don't realise, you farm it on a big scale, well they probably do, but you don't think about it. Yeah, the scale that this field is, Gordon Bennett's, it's like a thing of dreams. I think it must be, was it 260? 80,000 it's cost us to actually fertilise and lime it. I would hate to think how many tons of lime we have got through. Literally 14, that's 28 per fill, at least 4 or 5 fills. God, that's 28 times 5. That's well over 100 tons. That's tremendous. 100 tons of lime. Over 100 tons of lime. Oh, really? But yeah, the other thing is, you've got to think, what are we going to get back for all that investment? So that's the truly. Let's have a look on this as well. I've not checked the nitrogen. Have we missed anything? No, we haven't. Well, there's a smidgen to the right. Let's just sort that out. That was where I stopped earlier. It was. Let's do this properly. I know it's really not the end of the world, but why not do it perfectly for once? No, I was going to say that should have gone. Right, and that is where we're going to leave it. Yeah. So any comments, yeah, about anything, scanning, or ways that we do things, say. I hope it's been helpful to some people about the courseplay. It is, always look for that. If you can't create a course with courseplay, it is usually because there's not enough headland space. So yeah, I can't pull the thing, but I think we are about here. This is about the line I've drawn. So it's thicker this end. It gets that really narrow about here, really narrow, and there's not enough turn space. That's important for tractors and that. So you sometimes can get away with it if you create the course on the poor edge, but I don't think we would get away with that on this particular course. So I've just opted for losing 6 foot off of the course, and it was fine with it. So just a little tip for those who are struggling with some of the intricacies of courseware, because it is a bit of a canny beast. It is. I've pulled my hair out at times. It's just experience with courseplay, like it is with anything, truthfully. Anyway, enough waffling. Thank you very much for watching. I truly do hope that you're going to continue with me on this journey, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.